My Surrogate Family by Teri Gasser. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all, especially to those who are of the household of faith. Galatians chapter 6, verse 10. I watched my little 2-year-old friend and his mom standing side by side during a worship song at church. I felt bad for him. All he could see was the chair in front of him. I was concerned that he might get bored. I quietly went over and said to his mom, "It's too bad he can't see the worship team playing. Shall we sneak along the side wall and take him up front?" "You sure can," she replied. My invitation was for both of them, but her trust in letting me carry him up alone was a special gift. I scooped the mini man into my arms and took him to a better vantage point. I whispered in his ear, "See, there's Miss Claire on the piano. Look, there's Pastor Allen playing a guitar." I continued until I had named all the musicians and their instruments. His curious eyes locked on the platform. I rocked the toddler on my hip and sang with joy. I looked at him and asked, "Do you want to go back to Mama?" He shook his head no, while he gazed in wonder. Then he looked at me and smiled. The little boy's biological grandparents lived in Texas and Tennessee. My physical grandchildren live in Washington and Pennsylvania. But for a couple of songs, this Grammy and a surrogate grandson clung in love at a church in Kansas. The modern age we live in flings many families miles apart. Yet, faith families and our family of neighbors surround us with opportunities to love and be loved. Doing good for others weaves our lives together in God-honoring ways. Good deeds come in all sizes. It's easy to overlook the power of small acts of kindness, like an encouraging comment, opening a door, or letting someone go ahead of us in line. In his book, I Choose Joy, Chip Ingram writes, "We've been conditioned to focus more on our rights than on other people's welfare. I find that when I serve others, joy finds me. No doubt that's why Jesus tells us, 'It is more blessed to give than to receive.'" Acts chapter 20, verse 35. How has God met your need for a family through His people? What good can you do for someone today that would help fill the void of being far from family? How might an invitation to a home-cooked meal or an offer to babysit help someone in your church family or neighborhood?